Man, I don't know about you guys, but that was a really, really good SmackDown show.
Yeah, I gotta say, those 2 hours just flew by.
Mm.
Yeah, it was really good.
You fell asleep during SmackDown, didn't you, Luke?
Boy.
Welcome, everyone, to TFS Pod, otherwise known as the View Show Podcast. I'm Ric-Hard, and that's
24/7 Luke.
along with
The one-man band.
and 2 out of 3 of us just saw SmackDown.
I saw the intro.
We'll let you guys know who in a second.
Yeah, but you're listening to TFS Pod, folks. We're the #1 show on YouTube, the #1 show in your girlfriend's house, and the #1 draft pick of every SmackDown wrestler.
Every time.
Ooh.
So Lou, you want to tell us what happened as to why you missed what you call the A show?
Well, I was planning on this all day, but the excitement overcame my ability to stay awake. And I saw the intro, and I was so excited. I reached the peak of it that I fell asliep.
Yeah, okay.
Sounds like you need to go see a doctor.
Yeah, if I didn't know any better, it sounds like B show syndrome.
No.
Sounds like overexcitement. You know?
Oh, man.
They treat that.
Yes,
He
folks.
climaxed too early.
Yes, folks. I missed one episode.
And it was actually a really good episode. I gotta hand it to them. Season premiere. They were on point. That main event hit, and I was like, wow, it's been an hour 40 minutes already.
Now I gotta say one thing. Since I did see the beginning of it, they did talk a little bit for 5 minutes, and then fists started flying. So I was very happy. I was super excited to see people fighting at the beginning of a show instead of yapping away for 20 minutes before the first bell rings.
Yeah.
So I was happy about that. So I did like that. And they are listening. They know what to do. They know what to do for the good shows. You have a match at the beginning.
Here we go.
Yeah, it was a good change of pace.
None of that song.
I'll hand it to them.
See, they listen more to us, and me in particular, with that idea. We'll get much more exciting shows.
Oh, okay. All right. Speaking, though, Lou, since you bring it up, about them listening to us, I wanted to do a segment about stars and wrestlers currently that we think were underutilized. And 2 out of 3 of us, much like the amount that watched tonight's show, came up with some names.
Oh, sure. I'll listen in.
You'll listen in. Oh, way to give away who the one is. Didn't come up with names. But I'm very surprised you couldn't come up with any names for someone who's happy to criticize what they're doing wrong. You sure drew a blank on that. So I guess you think they're doing everything perfectly fine, right?
Not everything. I'm just saying the jobbers are jobbers and others aren't. I'm just saying.
Ooh, a jobber's a jobber. Okay. All right. Well, one name that I wanted to say I thought was getting underutilized up until recently was, I'll still say they're being underutilized because we need to see how this turns out. But I'm going to say Lana's being underutilized right now.
Okay.
From what I've heard, she's been improving in the ring.
I wonder why.
What?
I wonder why.
And yeah, I wonder why she's being underutilized, right?
Yeah. I mean, say it. I mean, we know what it is.
It's because her husband's on that other show.
Yep.
You know? And just like on here when we don't talk about the other show, they don't like bringing up the other show.
Yeah, at all.
No,
at all.
But here's where I agree with you. Yes, she is being underutilized. Now you'd be saying, "Oh no, they're not using her because she's not a good wrestler." No, they're using her, but they're putting her through big spots, going through tables. One thing is that you're not good enough, and you're not on TV as much. Another thing is being used every time for a thing where you're not even involved and to get buried.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I was going with. Like,
yeah.
It was one of those things where I was watching and I'm just like, you're gonna do this? Because it really felt like they were trying to say, yeah, like quit because we don't like you. And that was nuts. I think, but all in all, actually had a pretty good payoff. Much more of which we'll talk about later, but that was one name I wanted to throw out there.
So we do have a payoff going on with her.
Well, I mean, part of the payoff, we need to see how this number one contenders match turns out, where she actually goes against Asuka.
Oh no, a tables match or something.
Hey.
Oh God, we just called it. You heard it here for folks here.
Oh man, God.
On the season premiere of Raw, she gets put through a table in the opener.
Don't worry, Lana. Don't worry, Lana. It'll get better with all these bad things going through tables. But guess what? You have a tables match next. Get out there. What?
Don't worry. Next year's Royal Rumble will mess up your other ankle.
Oh.
Ooh. Man, that's reaching there on that one. But yeah, I remember that.
Say hi to Mira for us.
I remember that.
Okay, so who else do you have there on the list?
Well, one man band. Who do you think?
I'm actually, came to mind right now, and it's another female, and it's actually one that you really like. And I think just by that, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
it's my girl Dana.
Yeah, that's exactly who it was. Yeah, Dana Brooke, man. How many times has she been on TV ever since the Money in the Bank? She's
barely. They got her in a throw together tag team with Mandy Rose. Which really felt. I get what you're saying, because when I saw that happen, I was like, "What are you doing, Vince? You're breaking off tag teams that have been established just to throw together stuff." It's like he was like, Dana Brooke and who's coming down the hall? Yeah, Mandy Rose. There you go. You're both blonde.
Give me more eye candy.
I was like, yeah. It is.
It's like John Laurinaitis was put back in charge of talent relations for a week.
For real. Like rest in peace, Animal. By the way, his brother passed. Yeah. But I feel like Dana Brooke has been, and not only Dana Brooke. I mean, if we're gonna bunch in everybody else, I would say with the exception of Apollo Crews, pretty much everybody that was a part of Titus Worldwide. Titus O'Neil got drafted. I think who did he get drafted to? Like they actually called them out and said, "Oh, no,
I think it was he went to Raw, I think."
Yeah, and they said Titus O'Neil got drafted to Raw. Like, wow, okay, like he hasn't been on TV in forever, and like the only people from Titus Worldwide that are actually being utilized somewhat are Apollo Crews, as of late, and Akira Tozawa with that whole angle with the 24/7 title.
With the ninjas. Now, I wouldn't call that the best. I wouldn't call that the most, the best use of him. But it's something. But TV time.
But he has TV time, which is way more than what we could say about Titus O'Neil and Dana Brooke. It's like I said, I can count a handful of times that Dana Brooke has been on TV since Money in the Bank, and Money in the Bank happened when, in May, June.
May.
Yeah. So 5 months. It's been 5 months, and I could probably think of maybe 3 times she's been on TV since then.
All of which in a tag team.
Yeah, and all of which in a tag. I think, except for one. I think.
Oh, the Battle Royal, yeah.
Yeah, that one. Thank you. It was the Battle Royal. That was the only time. Other than that, yeah, she's been completely. And I feel bad for her because she's talented. And she got the Batista blessing,
Her. Batista blessing.
Yeah,
we know what that entails.
Well, it wasn't meant for that, but hey, if we're gonna go with that, sure, let's do it.
No, but I've said it for the longest time because when she started, and when she moved from NXT up, her entrance is literally she does a standing
cartwheel.
It's a standing cartwheel.
Yeah, it's a cartwheel with no hands.
She's definitely athletic.
Of course.
She's got the moves. I think really, I'll be honest, maybe she doesn't talk the best.
No.
But you could easily work around that. We've shown time and again that we could work around that. And she's got the looks. So, I mean, that's Money in the Bank winner right there. I think she's Money in the Bank winner material. I think it was her time to win it this past May. Hopefully she gets a shot later on. And I want to say that specifically being underutilized right now comes from the fact that so many of the heavy hitters in the women's division are out of the picture right now. You know, Charlotte's out on injury.
Oh, yeah.
Becky Lynch is out on maternity leave.
Yeah.
And Bayley and Sasha they've been front and center on the SmackDown side of the women's division this entire time.
Holding it down.
Carmella,
But
Carmella got repackaged.
once that's over.
Carmella got repackaged. You know, that also plays a part, I would say. Kairi Sane's gone.
Yeah.
So, you know, you got there's opportunity to be had. You know, I think she could. I think the fact that they teased, you know, her winning the briefcase, but like it was a fake out, you know, kind of is telling that I think maybe they might consider her later on. But
yeah, they do that. They do that sometimes because they'll be like, "Hey, how about we fake out?"
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, Chris Jericho. I'm thinking Chris Jericho winning the title on SmackDown back, and then the decision getting reversed, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
that was back in 2002, I want to say. No.
I think it was earlier. But yeah,
you're right. It was in 2001 because he won the Undisputed belt at the very end of 2001. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's correct. Moving from the women's side, though, someone who I think is being heavily underutilized on the men's side, Ricochet.
Oh, yeah.
And he has not moved beyond like jobber status, I want to say, since Brock Lesnar destroyed him at the Saudi show.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was ridiculous. And he could easily be in the U.S. title picture, or even in the WWE title picture.
Okay.
Anybody come to mind for?
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody
come to mind? Anybody else come to mind on the men's side? One man band.
Shorty G.
Maybe not underutilized, but more like misguided, I would say. If I'm gonna shift it a little bit. For me, I say the Miz, and hear me out. I like the fact that they're doing this reunion tour with him and John Morrison. You know, I think it's great that they're harking back to the late 2000s with this, but I really feel like it's time for him to like break out of that. Like this whole Otis thing with, you know, unless they're pulling something, like unless they're trying to pull something to where Miz gets the briefcase and he becomes champ again. You know?
Oh my gosh, yes.
You know?
I've been thinking since at least 2018, Miz should get another shot at the main event title.
Here's what
serious run.
And I'm going to tell you something. I feel that they missed a boat on that in early 2019. I understand that Kofi Kingston was the feel-good story, and I'm happy that he got the belt. And I understand that also Ali missed out. You know, that was his time. But I feel that they missed out on the Daniel Bryan-Miz feud right there. Like, they could have had a double face turn. They had a double turn. You know, continue have Daniel Bryan still be the heel, Miz turn face, and Miz win the belt at WrestleMania against the Environmentalist. You know, and you could have had Miz have a WrestleMania moment, another one in this case, and they missed out on it. Like I was thinking that was what was gonna happen, and ever since then, you know, he's just kind of been, you know, cruising. You know, he's got the tour, he's got the reunion tour with John Morrison and the whole Otis situation, but I just feel like he's just not like doing much, you know, and I'd love to see one more title reign out of him, one more, like just to say that, you know, hey, he's a 2-time champ. You know, he's gaggles of Intercontinental titles. You know, he's in the running, and I have a feeling he's going to break it.
He's one away from it, yeah. That's what I've noticed. Every time when he got close to the Intercontinental title record, they just moved him to the tag division.
Yeah.
He immediately moved to tag teaming with Shane McMahon.
What's the record on that?
Then
9.
Jericho.
Oh, really?
And I'm pretty sure they're gonna want to erase that because obviously he's in AEW. So
If they wanted to erase it, they would have done it a while ago. Now it's been what, a year and a half.
yeah.
They'll come back.
think no, but you know what I think that comes down to? Vince McMahon has said, like, who cares about the Intercontinental title?
Yeah, that's true.
Because Jericho said that in a story once, and I said, that sounds like something Vince would say. If I know my buddy Vince,
What?
he would definitely say that.
You have him on speed though.
Someone else who I would say gets underutilized a lot is actually, alright, this is gonna sound weird, but I think Tucker's getting underutilized.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Well, now with Otis, if not, you would have said both before. Right?
It just doesn't make any sense to me. They split them up as a tag team, and what's his direction now? What's he gonna do on Raw?
He's in a flounder.
It's crazy because you would think Raw has the 3-hour show. They would want
You want
people
more.
with fixed roles and development to build around them, and they're just gonna have Tucker there flounder about. Now, unless they're building towards Otis being like traded to Raw as the story, which a couple people have mentioned, they're like, yeah, I think Otis might go to Raw. Maybe cash in the Money in the Bank contract for the tag titles, like he said he would.
Tag titles? Really?
Yeah. The Money in the Bank lets you cash in on any champion.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes,
So it would actually be a first time that they do that.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised. I never heard of this. Something like that. Wow.
But yeah, he said in an interview, he said, I could cash in on the tag titles with Tucker.
Oh, that'd be nice. Okay, I like that.
It'd be an interesting swerve.
Against New Day, I don't like that part, but yeah, I do like the whole concept of him cashing in.
Against you, no.
Oh no, not New Day, against Street Profits because they're on SmackDown, right?
Yeah.
Well, he'd be going to Raw to cash it in, so it would be.
Okay, then yeah, New Day.
It would be New Day unless they lose the titles, but then you have a transitional. I don't like that. I didn't like the fact that they traded the titles, and I don't want them to.
That was the weirdest thing, right? Does that count as a new title reign?
It does. It counts as a new title reign because they're called different titles, so it counts as a new title.
God, no way! Come on.
Yeah,
So
that's going to be an asterisk in the record books.
Yeah.
Please.
They even said it.
Yeah, I know, but
Yep.
that sounds like a good trivia question, but a bad like practical move or something. What tag team won their title from another brand without fighting for it? Yeah.
I actually had to look up. If Street Profits lost the NXT tag titles because sometimes they just have teams relinquish the championships.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, man, could you imagine if they never lost the NXT tag titles? They never lost technically the Raw tag titles.
Yeah. Oh my God. name 2 tag teams that won the other titles, that won the title from the other brand without losing it. Right? That would be a trivia question.
Name a team that has two teams. First two. No. Oh well. Yeah, I guess the New Day.
Yeah, the New Day and Street Profits, they both exchanged. So they're both part of the
Oh wow, I guess so.
Yeah, they said, here, give him the belt, and they said, okay, it's official now. Was it Adam Pearce?
Adam Pearce, yes, Adam Pearce, who during that promo, I don't know, I thought he might be Northern, but I don't know, I got a bit of Southern, a touch of Southern dialect in that promo with him, Bailey, and Sasha. I was like, whoa, who is this guy?
Wait a minute.
All right, so do we
have other names? Yeah. I want to do one more name. More name.
Go ahead.
And I'm going to say Aleister Black.
Yeah. Okay.
Aleister Black?
Yeah. Yes, Aleister Black.
He was hurt, and now he's back. And now he's back because he's in a good storyline with Kevin Owens.
No, he's not. He's losing to Kevin Owens.
He's not losing. He's beating him.
I'm almost positive he hasn't beaten Kevin Owens in a match on Raw.
I don't know about a match. But wait, yeah, he has been losing to him. He's beating up Kevin Owens all the time.
He's beating him up, but he's losing the matches.
I don't think he's losing the matches.
You wouldn't know because you fall asleep during that show too.
That's on Raw. I'm watching Raw. And I only did it once.
Oh, wait a minute. So you don't fall asleep on Raw?
Huh? Because it's not overwhelming.
Oh, nah, that's not how that works, Lou.
That's how it
Come
works.
on.
That's how it definitely
Come
works.
He's been caught.
If it's overwhelming, yes, of course.
All right, but yeah, Aleister Black, if you were asked me 7 months ago, I would have thought that he would have been the perfect challenger for Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he got hurt. See, look, I've been listening to you guys, and I understand that we have to factor in the global bastard that's been passing around the whole world, right? We've got to factor that in where some people weren't there for that, and now they're showing up on the new season opening up. So, yes, we got to factor that in. But in this case, he was there, but he got hurt. And then he was pulled. So, but yeah.
He did not get... No, he got hurt before all this. But the eye injury angle was because he took time off.
Yeah, that was a time off.
And Vince didn't like his character, and he wanted to revamp him. And I thought that was... I didn't like that. Aleister Black should have kept the dark gimmick going.
Because he was getting a push before he left.
Yes, he was.
He had
that series with Buddy Murphy, all that stuff.
After that is when he got buried.
When he got lumped in with the Mysterio angle and just became an accessory to it, I was like, all right, this is bad.
Yeah, that's it. That's job of work.
Yeah. Well, man, anybody else to add? I mean, we could make this a whole set of.
We could. Honestly, like, it's not really that they're underutilized, but I just feel like they're just misdirected in my sense. I would say like Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura, for example. Like, yeah, I know that they just had the tag. Yeah, I know that. I understand that. But I'm saying though, like, it just doesn't fit in my opinion. Like, it just doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't.
No excitement there.
No, not really.
It's not the same.
Role.
It's not as organic as it was with him and Sheamus.
And you saw that in the 6-man tag match.
I believe so. Yeah.
Well, one of us saw this.
Yeah, exactly. It just feels forced, and I'm not saying. Look, Cesaro and Shinsuke work well together. I'm not saying they don't, but the thing is, it doesn't feel organic. It just doesn't feel. It just feels forced. And I feel like it's time for them to just separate. And I have a feeling they might now that Sheamus is gone. So I feel like they need to go back to being singles competitors. You know, Cesaro's he's a great character. He's an awesome heel. He's an awesome heel. And just, you know, have him try to have him do one more run as a singles competitor, man. Like, I know that they tried to do it back in 2014 with him winning the Andre the Giant Battle Memorial.
Have him do the run as a face.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
The swing is over. It's super over when he does the swing.
Yeah.
You know what I think it is? He needs to get a better finisher than the neutralizer.
Yeah. That would be good. He needs to add a finisher to his arsenal. Like, neutralizer is just boring.
Neutralizer feels like the lesser man's Styles Clash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The great value version.
Yeah. The B show version.
There you go.
Whoa.
There you go. But I think so. Like, I feel like I try to replicate what you tried to do with him in 2014. You know, just try to get something. Give him a U.S. title run again, and
have him win the Rumble.
Yeah, that would be
or the Elimination Chamber. We tend to actually take the bigger risk at the Elimination Chamber. I think it was, I want to say Kofi, and a couple other times. So yeah, maybe have him win the Elimination Chamber. as a surprise. Oh, we won.
Wow.
But since I did the opener, I guess I'll do the closer. Lou, I have one question for you.
One last question.
There you go. One last question for you, Lou.
Oh,
in particular,
gosh.
just for you.
Uh-oh.
So I have to
I'm always
ask
going to
you.
get you, but uh-oh, here we go.
Do you think Dana Brooke would be underutilized if she was my girlfriend?